What's up, YouTube? Welcome to 10 Random WWE Facts You Didn't Know, Part 6. Part 6. That's 60 random facts. You guys are so well educated right now. During WrestleMania 32 weekend at NXT TakeOver Dallas, Finn Balor defended the NXT Championship against Samoa Joe, where Finn Balor would come out with a chainsaw like a freaking G. If you go back and look at his entrance, you can kind of tell he got a little shaken up at one point. That's because he missed his first light cue, which, you know, light cue is when the theme song goes like this. That stuff. He said he actually missed the first light cue because he was too busy playing the chainsaw. That might have been my favorite Balor entrance so far in WWE. Chainsaws are cool. When the WWE was in California for WrestleMania 2000, the theme song played there was called California by Jim Johnston. Now, why does that sound so familiar? Because Tupac, California Love. WWE couldn't get a license to use Tupac's song, so they had to just make their own. Back in 2011, a very underrated version of Cody Rhodes was playing his disfigured character. This came right after his dashing phase when Rey Mysterio broke his nose and he had to wear the facial mask. Now, during the time he had this gimmick, he got to the point where he thought everyone was ugly just like him. So everyone in the audience had to wear paper bags over their faces. And Rhodes would have different guys come out there and pass out paper bags. One of those guys is actually NXT star Oney Lorcan. When Stone Cold Steve Austin debuted his new version of the WWF Championship, being the Smoking Skull, on his podcast he actually talked about the whole background story of who came up with the idea, where he actually created the War Warriors Legion of Doom. In particular, it was hot between the two. There's more Animal kind of encouraging it, telling him that Steve Austin should have his own championship because, you know, he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it should feature something that kind of relates to him, being a Smoking Skull. I'll actually play an audio clip of it.
Smoking Skull version of the WWF Championship was actually the idea of the one and only Road Warriors. I remember we were sitting down shooting a breeze one day. It was a couple of us, and it might have just been me and Animal and Hawk. And I could be wrong on this, but I believe it was Hawk. He goes, "You know what you ought to do, Steve?" He goes, "You ought to come out with your own belt. You ought to have a skull on it because you're Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you ought to have your own championship." And Animal said, "Yeah." And Animal started elaborating about it. So the idea for the Smoking Skull version of the WWF title was actually born or come up with from the Road Warriors.
There's been a lot of Triple Crown wrestlers in the WWE. That means a guy that's won the world title, a tag team title, and the Intercontinental Championship. Guys who are now considered Grand Slam champions like Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, The Miz. All those guys now who are Grand Slam champions at one point are also still considered Triple Crown champions. But none of them did it as fast as CM Punk, who actually did it in only 203 days of him being on the main roster. Before deciding to come to the WWE as a bodyguard, Chyna actually almost went to the WCW. Where she did go to the WCW, she had planned on being the first female member of the NWO. The Godfather has been part of a lot of different gimmicks being part of the WWE, but one of Charles Wright's weirdest gimmicks and kind of stand out there kind of ones was him playing like a voodoo master, Papa Shango. And the idea of the gimmick also wasn't his. That actually was made up by J.J. Dillon. It honestly makes me think, like, why did you think this would be a good idea? I mean, it turned into something kind of cool, but how did you come up with this kind of stuff? AJ Styles has now added his name to a list of elite level of superstars. These being 5 WWE superstars has been WWE champion from the start of the year to the end of the year, as in like they won the title and held the title during the start of the year when January 1st ran around, and January 1st of the following year they were also WWE champion. And those 5 WWE superstars are AJ Styles, John Cena, CM Punk, Bruno Sammartino, and Hulk Hogan. Are you that surprised Bruno's in there? He was champion for like 8 trillion freaking days. Who in the WWE, besides Asuka, we all know she's undefeated, besides her, do you think had the highest winning percentage in their career? John Cena, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Triple H? No. Besides Asuka, who we all know is undefeated, besides that one time she actually lost a Battle Royal, but I guess no one wants to count that. The highest winning percentage besides Asuka, the second highest winning percentage, alright, in the WWE is actually held by, drumroll, El Torito. Yes, the guy, just like a bull, has the highest winning percentage in the WWE besides Asuka. And that winning percentage is 91.9%. I don't remember any match, honestly, besides WLC. That was kind of cool. That was actually very cool. I really like that. They had like the tiny tables and the tiny ladders. And Micro Cole, that guy was just awesome. And finally ending it with our WWE champion AJ Styles. Styles has competed in the WWE Championship match for the past 3 years in a row. That would be 2016 debuting in the Royal Rumble. That was for Roman Reigns' WWE Championship. 2017 defending against John Cena. And in 2018 defending the title against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. In the comments down below, were you more of a Micro Cole guy or a JB Little guy? I'm done talking now. Have a nice day. Do something cool. Watch some wrestling. Don't watch some wrestling. Watch another video. Why not? I'm just gonna stand here for a couple seconds as the Just to let the video feel a little bit longer, but it's really not. So, you guys want LeBron to go to the Spurs, the Rockets, stay, the Cavaliers, Lakers maybe, Celtics? Nah, we got Kyrie. Yeah. All right, I'm done. Have a nice day, guys. I'm out.